If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. It shall lead them
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. As you can see in the ticker above, this is an alliance stream. An alliance of alliances have come together, dear listener. Shout out to all the Patreon Alliance people, A99, XU, Epic Underground, all that jazz. We have a very interesting selection today. All instrumentals, dear listener. I am going to keep notes right here.
Or so we've been told.
I'm going to keep notes right here, and I am going to, because I want to see which one I like the most. So, there's a band called God is an Astronaut, and so I'm going with them right now. Just due to their name, but we shall see. Allied alliances, okay. Allied alliances. Talk about a tautology. Shout out to Kellen Joss. Shout out to Negative Vibes. Shout out to Revo. Shout out to anybody who's mourning the passing of
Queen Elizabeth,
your favorite colonialist. Okay, I'm feeling spicy today. First song is called Bruma. No, the first band is a band named Mole, I think. M-O-L.
But we have a yes, but it's an O with a line through it. Okay.
Yeah, it's an O with a line through it.
Introduction. The theme of this stream is instrumentals. So you can put the lyrical analysis to the side for one night and just enjoy the music. The Epic Underground, Extreme Underground, and Anarchy 99 all collaborated on this one. Each group made submissions for a poll within their own genres. 3 different polls. Then we all voted on each other's polls as well as our own. We decided to choose the top 2 instrumentals from each alliance, except that XU picked one long song that counts as 2. Okay.
All right. Having said that, song numero uno is Mule, I think, and the name is Bruma. And we have done a Mule song before. Shout out to Xeno Neomorph. Haven't seen you around, so good to see you. Good to see you, Rip. All right, here we go, guys. Let's do this shit. Bruma, let's go. tough, boy. It's on the playlist, bitches. Tough, bro. That is on the fucking list right now. It's on the list.
Yeah.
It is on the list.
Okay, so they actually had an intro for this song. It says the other winners of our Cross Alliance instrumental poll from A99 is the instrumental version of the MOL song Bruma, submitted by Bloody Voodoo Dolls. This band may be familiar as they are also the winner of our Album of the Year poll with the track Surf. I think that this was unbelievable. To me, this song fits like the soundtrack of life from the perspective of God. Because life itself sometimes just feels like it's like just, you know, crashing and burning. And it just kind of seems like that. But I think that... So, this is something kind of interesting. There's people in the Bible that when you read their stories, you're like, wow, look at what they did. Oh my gosh, look at that, look at that. But then when God talks about them in the future, he makes it sound like it was altogether glorious. And so that to me, this song was that. It was like, because it kind of had that sound that they were like, they made a decision at the beginning. They were going up, like I pictured somebody like they were climbing a mountain and all the things that they had to traverse along the way, kind of like a Pilgrim's Progress sort of thing. And the song itself just stayed rising. It kind of had parts where it would stop. And in those stopping parts, I was like, okay, the person probably has to stop and like rest or get water or whatever. It doesn't look like they're climbing anymore, but they're still on their way. And so this, I really, really, really enjoyed this one.
I don't know if that's the first time I heard a blast beat in an instrumental like that, but it was cool because it started out with that post rock feel, which I'm a fan of, and that's it's funny because I'm working on an instrumental right now, and it's on a post punk setting, post rock, post punk, whatever. It's on that kind of setting, and like I just love that sound, bro. Like especially with the swells. So I was like, yeah, and then I forgot who said it. I think it was Archero. He's like, yeah, post-punk, yeah. And then as soon as I read that and posted it, then boom, the blast beat hit. I was like, yo, I wasn't really familiar with that. Which was like, I was impressed with it. I enjoyed it, but I love, everybody knows, like, I love melody. I love minor key shit so much that I was a little disappointed. I was like, damn, it's gonna just be a blast beat for the rest of the song. But it wasn't. Like it had a lot of elements to the song, like Ian said, like, yo, I've never heard that kind of thing before on an instrumental. So
but again, this
inspiring.
Is not created to be an instrumental. It was a song, and they gave us the instrumental version. So there are lyrics that go with this. Which obviously, now that we've heard this, I'm very curious to hear the lyrics that go along with it. But this was, like, to me, a great running track. I don't know. I just felt very inspired. I really, really, really liked it. I think you could do a lot of things with this track. I think that it could be the soundtrack when you're writing. It could also be just like the soundtrack when you're thinking, especially if there's like a whole like album like this and you could just listen to the whole thing. That would be crazy. But it was encouraging and it was uplifting and it was going somewhere. The entire song just went somewhere. It'd be cool to see.
We toyed with doing instrumental
play.
songs in the past and never wanted to do it because you guys love lyrics so much. But with your reactions to the classical stuff, I became convinced you guys were ready. Yeah, I'm hearing that it was a song, so we just took the instrumental part of it. But I'm glad, like I said, I love lyrics. Words are my first love. I love poetry. I love all that shit. But there is something, and this is something I really discovered. It took me getting to the channel. Like, there was one instrumental that I listened to. It was a Metallica record. It was on the... I think it was on the Puppets record. I think it was... I don't know if it was Orion. But that was the only instrumental I'd heard. You know, Korn hasn't really done any instrumentals, so... You know, I was always like, like the Orion thing was like one of one. It was like one of a kind. It still is, but I really, really enjoy it. Now it's fascinating because I might like circle back and check out the what they were actually saying in the lyrics, which I'm not going to do. I refuse to look at the lyrics on this one. But emotionally, I loved all the places this song took me to.
I think that I've always been like a fan of instrumentals, because there's so many places that you can go to experientially through the music, but also mentally through the music. And so for me, I'm a fan of that sort of thing, especially when I forget whatever the name of the song was by the time we're 2 seconds into it. Even when we're doing a lyrical version, because Vin will always say after, "Well, I let the name of the song kind of lead the direction of the song," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot even that song even had a name to it." So I'll kind of just throw that off to the side and then just listen to the song, and then it just becomes something. And there's lots of things that I see, and I'm a fan of instrumentals. And a lot of times, even, you know, for the channel, I try to pay attention to the vocals and stuff and what they're talking about. But it depends. Like, sometimes I want to like hear what the lyrics have to say. But there's lots of times I just want to listen to music and just fall into the sound. And the vocals themselves become an instrument within the music. And they're not even necessarily saying anything. They're just a part of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was listening to Niall Viscaris, this morning. It was like 5, 6 in the morning, but I was listening to their stuff like over and over again. The shit was just so good. But now that I think about it, that's what was happening. I was just listening to the instrumental, and then Zen's voice was kind of just a harsh instrument, like kind of on the side.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really focused on the lyrics because I was just focusing on that guitar shit, because that guitarist is that dude, honestly, Jamie, like, that guy right now currently is my favorite guitarist in the world. His skill level is so high. Like, his shit is just he's on some different shit, that boy. He's so fucking talented, dude, honestly. Okay, this song is getting, I really don't know I'm gonna gauge these things. I mean, it's already on the playlist. So this is a 9.8 for me. The song is already on my playlist, and this is something I really look forward to being able to listen to tonight. I'm actually going to create a separate playlist for these kinds of things. But anyway, shout out to whoever picked this particular song.
It was Voodoo Dolls.
And
Bloody Voodoo Dolls.
I feel sorry for whatever band is next, because that's a pretty tall freaking order to deal with. But sure. What band was that? The name of the band was Mole. M-O-L. M-O-L. Mole.
I'm giving this one a 10. This one is 10 worthy. This one is right up there. I don't have any critiques. I don't have anything negative to say about the song or anything that I was like, you know, honestly, if I was to say anything, I would just want it to be longer. But how long was the song?
5:25, I think.
So
I don't
it was
know
just
exactly.
so good,
it was like
though.
5:25.
It was just You could just put this one on a 1 hour loop and it would just be great.
Nah, Jambi didn't show up and smack me. I was looking forward to that shit too. Shout out to the big homie Jambi. I could be like them Chicago boys, like pull up, pull up. Anyway, we got more instrumentals coming for you, beautiful people. Sit back and relax. We on the way with a new joint coming up soon. Vin out.
Sori out.
Go. Yo, them Irish people are savages, bro. I was looking at a thing on Twitter, and it's these. It's an entire stadium in Dublin, and they're singing "Lizzie's in a Box."
What?
You know, they're on that Chicago shit, like mocking their dead ops like crazy, bro. That shit is tough as hell, bro. Anyway,
oh my gosh.
Huh?
Wow.
Wooski dropped a new banger called Dead Ops. Nah, I gotta check that shit. I'm surprised that boy's still alive. But anyway,
Was she bad? Like I don't know enough about.
I mean, she was part of a monarchy, man. They're fucking colonialist monarchy. I don't give a fuck about those people. I'm an American. I don't understand this shit as an American. Why Americans are like, oh, it's like we fought an entire war to get out from under the monarchy. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the other thing is she's 96 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you lived a full life, man. You know, go ahead. You know, go.
I think
go
a lot
meet
of,
all them indigenous people, your ancestors. You know, how you accumulated all that wealth on the blood and destruction of all those people that your forefathers slaughtered. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck about that shit. Anyway, commercial break. We shall return. Turn.